Greetings. Happy New Year, dear ones. Welcome to a year in which you will witness more and more changes, awakenings, revelations and new beginnings. New beginnings because the collective consciousness of the world, which is the sum of all previous and actual states of consciousness on Earth, is changing. It is becoming lighter and more evolved due to the presence on Earth of so many spiritually advanced souls that keep coming. Much of what has long constituted the universal collective consciousness is being dissolved or has already been dissolved due to the presence of so many spiritually evolved individuals on Earth. The divine mind is the one and only mind and therefore the real mind of every person. However, in the lower resonant energy of the third dimension, the mind, the channel of awareness for consciousness, is obscured by the dense energies of duality, separation and two forces becoming for all intents and purposes the human, personal, ego mind, threefold mind spatial concept of the one mind. The personal ego mind is only able to access information and truth from the outside, from the collective. As the collective becomes more and more enlightened due to the presence of many high resonant states of consciousness now on Earth who have come specifically for this purpose, people will access and begin to draw ideas from a higher resonant collective and begin to put them into practice as spiritually advanced new and better ideas for life. There will always be those who capitalize on the status quo and resist change by continuing to cling to and promote familiar and less enlightened ways of solving problems in life. Everyone has the free will to choose what they like, but changes are coming and resistance will prove futile, because the ascension of the Earth is a divine plan that will continue to unfold despite any resistance. The new year is seen as a time for making New Year's resolutions because the beginning of a new year seems like the perfect time to review the past year and make changes. However, most New Year resolutions are never fully implemented, simply because humans are mind with bodies, not bodies with mind, and all that remains firmly anchored in the mind just keeps showing up. Long-held beliefs about how people or life should be in order to be right or successful no longer resonate with a growing number of people as true. People begin to realize that change happens automatically when they let go of old concepts and allow themselves to expand and embrace ideas based on unity rather than division and competition. The inside is the outside, and therefore there are no real sacrifices, but this cannot be said for those who are still able to understand life only from a three-dimensional perspective. Let your New Year's resolutions be about observing, resolving and stopping resistance in realizing yourself as yourself, a divine being who has chosen to be on Earth at this time in order to add light to the collective, to clear the remaining dense energies and help others wake up. Let your decisions reflect your developed state of consciousness, your spirituality. Let them be about love, about the reality of all life and just about being. Resistance adds energy and more strengthens everything that is resisted. The cleansing process often causes anger, resentment, fear, jealousy, self-hatred, guilt, and all sorts of negative emotions. Do not resist them, because their presence does not mean that you are returning to an old state of consciousness, but simply that you are experiencing emotions associated with whatever pocket of old energy you are moving through. Observe, feel and simply allow any negative emotions or thoughts. Allow these old energies to flow in and out without empowering them or believing that they belong to you personally. Refusing to give something power despite appearances does not mean ignoring someone or a situation in need by telling them, "God is everything," it's not real, it's an illusion. Many have fallen into the trap of this 3D way of interpreting truth, which is an ego-based act of pretending to be in a state of consciousness that has not yet been reached. Living in truth means helping or walking in human footsteps when or if you are intuitively directed to do so, never forgetting the underlying reality and innate divinity of all involved. This does not mean that someone is pulled out of a chosen lesson. In such situations, Always listen to your intuition. There are those who are not yet ready or able to integrate the new and higher resonant energies flowing into the earth at this time and choose to leave to return to the new earth at a later time. Others leave because they believe they can more fully assist the earth's ascension process from the other side. Death is always a choice, not from 3D consciousness, but from deeper levels. Many were tired and just wanted to go home, and the disease provided such an opportunity. Earth is a very difficult school of evolution, but since there is only one life, no life is ever lost, wasted, or unsuccessful. A person who leaves as a result of addiction, violence or other negative choice quickly begins to understand with the help of the guides what he could not do while on earth. Every soul has endless possibilities to return to earth armed with a new consciousness and ready to experience and overcome what held her or her in bondage last time. This is how spiritual evolution works on earth until at some point the soul has assimilated all it can from the 3D experience and is ready to continue evolving into the higher dimensions. Pat yourself on the back, dear ones, for it takes a strong and dedicated soul to select and graduate from the earthly 3D school of evolution and then, even when it is no longer needed, make the decision to come back to help others. New energies and higher states of consciousness are giving birth to a new earth. We are the Arcturian group.